What does success really mean? I'm not talking about what your boss thinks or what you see on social media. I'm talking about your definition. So in this explainer, we're going to dive in and actually build a blueprint for that, for authentic success, step by step.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with a question that I think gets to the very core of this. When you see other people out there just crushing it, achieving their dreams, how often have you had that little thought in the back of your mind, why not me? It's a really powerful question, isn't it? But it's one we often just push down, silenced by self-doubt or this feeling that, I don't know, success is just for other people.
Well, here's the good news. The answer to that question, it has nothing to do with luck or some magical quality you either have or you don't. It's really about having a practical blueprint. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to build that blueprint together, piece by piece.
All right, so the foundation of this whole thing, the very first part of our blueprint, is all about mastering your inner game. Why? Because before you can change anything in the outside world, you have to get a handle on the world inside your own head. It all starts there.
I mean, think about it for a second. What's the biggest thing holding you back? For so many of us, it's not a lack of talent. It's not a lack of opportunity. It's that voice, that internal narrator that's always whispering, you can't do that. You're not good enough, or you're just going to fail. This right here, this is where the work has to start.
So how do you actually do it? Well, it's a pretty straightforward two-step process. First up, catch yourself. You got to become like a detective of your own thoughts. When that negative voice pops up, notice it. Don't judge it, just notice it, and maybe even write it down. Then step 2 is to flip the script. Challenge that thought head on and reframe it. So, I'll probably mess this up, become something like, hey, this is a fantastic opportunity to learn something new.
Okay, so once you start getting a handle on those thoughts, the next question goes a little deeper. We tend to define ourselves by what we do, right? Our jobs, our titles, the awards we've won. But who are you when all of that gets stripped away? And this brings us to a really, really crucial distinction. On one side, you've got your achievements. That's what you've done. It's external, and let's be honest, it can be temporary. But on the other side, you have your core identity. That's who you are. That's your internal foundation, and it's constant, it's unshakable. And building on that is the real key to lasting confidence.
And listen, this isn't just some big philosophical idea. There are really practical things you can do. Try this out. Make a list of your absolute core values. Things like honesty or creativity, compassion, whatever they are for you. Then, the next time you have a big decision to make, use that list as a filter. Just ask yourself, does this choice actually line up with who I am at my core? It's a simple check-in that keeps you anchored to your true self.
And the final piece of this inner game puzzle is captured perfectly in this quote. Embrace imperfection and stop comparing yourself to others. Man, in a world of perfectly curated social media feeds, it is so easy to fall into that trap of comparing our messy, real lives to someone else's highlight reel. But real confidence, that comes from embracing your own unique journey. The wins, the stumbles, all of it.
All right, so once you've started to strengthen that inner game, the next move is to translate all that internal work into the real world. And that brings us right to the second part of our blueprint, taking deliberate action. Look, it's not enough to just feel good or think positively. I mean, that's a great start, but real lasting change only happens when you turn that internal clarity into tangible outward action. But here's the thing, you can't hit a target you can't see. So the very first step is getting absolutely crystal clear on what you're even aiming for.
And probably the best tool for creating that super clear target is the SMART framework. This is what makes sure your goals aren't just these vague wishes. They need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, meaning relevant to your core values, and time-bound with a deadline. I want to be healthier is fine, but I will walk for 30 minutes 3 times a week for the next month. Now that is a goal you can actually work with. See the difference?
But even with a perfect SMART goal, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The secret, and this is a big one, to building real momentum is to just focus on one thing. What is the single smallest action you can take? Not next week, but today. Schedule one small, almost laughably easy step. It's that daily consistency that really builds empires.
Okay, now, as you start taking action, you've got to protect your energy. So I want you to take a second and really think about this question. What situations, or maybe even what people, consistently leave you feeling drained, or doubtful, or just small?
Let's call these your confidence drainers. They could be anything: specific conversations you dread, negative environments, or even just tasks that are completely out of alignment with you. The first step to protecting your most valuable resource, your focus and energy, is just to identify them. Put a name to them.
So what do you do about these drainers? The key is right here. Learn to say no to requests that don't align with your goals or well-being. You have to hear this. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It is absolutely essential. Every single no you say to something that drains you is a powerful yes to your own progress.
And that brings us to our final section. We've worked on mastering our inner game, and we're starting to take deliberate action. But what are we even aiming for? What is the end goal? It's time to redefine what success actually means.
So here it is. This is the ultimate goal of our entire blueprint: authentic success. It isn't about the money or the status, unless those things are genuinely part of your core values. It's the deep, profound satisfaction that comes from pursuing opportunities and goals that are in true alignment with who you really are.
So how do you actually live this out, day to day? Well, it really comes down to two simple things. First, keep making those values-driven decisions we talked about earlier. And second, and this is so important, celebrate your progress along the way. Don't wait until you cross some imaginary finish line 5 years from now. Acknowledge and enjoy the small wins on the journey.
And that really leads us to this final thought. Success isn't some destination you just arrive at one day and then you're done. It's a continuous process. It's about honoring the person you are becoming on the journey itself. It's about living out your values today, tomorrow, every single day. So I'll leave you with this final provocative question. This isn't about what you're going to do tomorrow or next week. Based on everything we've just talked about, what is one small, authentic decision you will make today that honors your true self?